Racism is racism, and we should have zero tolerance for it.
Football officials sending a strong message after repeated incidents of racism against players. What can be done to stop the behaviour? Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. Racism in football again hit the headlines in Europe. Last Tuesday, a black player for Italian team Juventus was jeered by fans after scoring in a game against Cagliari. It led to a storm of protest at the highest level of the sport, particularly after another high-profile incident just a week before. CGTN's Guy Henderson reports on a German club that's no stranger to such abuse.
It is one of the German capital's oldest football clubs. And yet Berlin AK still feels like an outsider. Immigrants make up most of the side, including manager Burak Isikdaglioglu, who's of Turkish descent. He says this club was once regularly targeted by racists, though less so now.
The problem of racism remains serious, but with all of the ongoing campaigns, it has been reduced. But there's still a core issue. A racist is a racist.
16-year-old Nana Badu is a rising star at Berliner AK. Badu watches events elsewhere in Europe with growing concern.
When I saw the racist incident during the Juventus game against Cagliari recently, where a professional player was racially insulted, that was simply not acceptable, and it affects me as a coloured player.
On Tuesday, when striker Moise Kean scored the winning goal for Italian giants Juventus, opposition Cagliari fans responded with racist chants. Kean's treatment led to sympathy from officials at the very top of European football.
I'm ashamed to see extremist movements use our sport as a vehicle for their messages of hatred and intolerance. A stadium must not and must never be a forum in which people are allowed to express their sickening fascist nostalgia.
When England played Montenegro in late March, some of its players received similar treatment. Some of the sport's biggest names are now calling for matches to be stopped when such things happen. It's a problem some see as linked to wider political changes on the continent.
It's serious, it's persistence, and it's actually getting worse. Because with the success of right-wing populist parties, many right-wing extremist fans also have the feeling that time is on their side and they are more open and they're more aggressive about their attitudes.
At Berliner AK, firm action against racism has worked. Teams far, far higher in the rankings are struggling to repeat that success. Guy Henderson, CGTN, Berlin.